Start. Close. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York Tech Library's Open Access Week. Today is Friday, October 24th, and we are here for this is Open Science and Citizen Science with Semantic Climate. And we're so happy to collaborate with Semantic Climate and learn more about corpus creation from accessing open access repositories and the analysis with semantic tools. Oh, here we go. Today's speakers we have here are an introduction from Dr. Renu Kumari, and then a demonstration from Ms. Udita Agarwal and Dr. and Shaik Zainab. Later this afternoon, we'll also have a presentation from Dr. Udita Agarwal, and I am really glad to bring all of the Semantic Climate team here to New York Tech. So without further ado, Renu, I'll stop my screen share and let you kick off your presentation. Okay. If anyone has any questions, please add them to the chat and we can moderate them.
Allow me to share the screen, Nisha.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. I'm not getting the share options.
Yes, I think you have to make us panelists because right now we have just attendee privilege. Vanessa. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, I'll do the same thing for all of you.
Okay, I got the, I'm going to share my screen. Am I audible to you, Vanessa?
Yes.
Okay,
sounds great.
Okay. Just let me make it full screen so that you can all see my screen perfectly fine. So hello everyone, I am Renu Kumari, a project scientist from NIPGR and a program manager with Semantic Climate. This is my institute, National Institute of Plant Genome Research. It is started in the 1998 and it is located in New Delhi, India. Here we do work on many different plants like Arabidopsis, rice, chickpea, mustard and banana, and different area of the subject like plant development, architectures and plant immunity, etc. This is Semantic Climate, where we across the world, we are having a team of interns and volunteers where we develop the tools to analyze the climate data or any publicly available scholarly literature to liberate the knowledge from that scholarly publication. And we also organize the workshops and the hackathons and datathon to train the people. And we have the internship of opportunity for 2 months and the 6 months. There are people from the graduates and undergraduate courses join and learn the tools and also give their own idea, innovative idea to implement the development. So these are the few resources developed by the Semantic Climate, which are all available on the website. And we have knowledge graph from the IPCC glossary terms, and we also have the enhanced Wikimedia associated with the glossary. So the whole context of my presentation depends upon this context. Like if you are a researcher and academician or policy makers, we wanted to search literature for writing our thesis or reports or projects. So we have to go to the web and search the query. If I have to write anything on my climate justice or anything, then we have to go to the Google or any search engine and then give the query and then click on each and every result coming out from there. So that requires the time, and also we have to check each and every link from there. So the Semantic Climate has developed the tool pygetpapers that resolves this situation and reduces the in a less time we can get the research articles from the any open access repository. So I will be covering the presentation. In the first step, we are give the introduction about the corpus, and what are the tools we are using to create the corpus, and what is its workflow. And also there are other tools developed by the semantic climate, text to phrase and MLIF, which are used to analyze the reports and climate data to get information from the all the literature. And finally, we will discuss about the Colab notebook, where we are using our tool to run the code. So what is the corpus? It is a structured collections of scholarly articles and the research papers that can be used for further analysis. So what is the challenges in the current scenario we are facing are the following. Like, we have the exponential growth of publications and they are difficult to keep up with the latest development. Literature exists in a different format, mainly PDF, not machine readable or the structured format. And we have the limited access to the repositories and the journals. And also we don't have any single platform so that we can go and then access all the research articles, and bulk download is often restricted. And the people who don't know about the coding and everything, they cannot use the other pipeline to retrieve the articles from the website. So what are the applications, why we are creating this scientific literature corpus? So the corpus created is structured and the semantic, meaning, and it is a machine readable also. So that corpus can be further processed for the natural language processing, like a named entity recognition, where we extract plant name, animal name, country name, and the phytochemicals, genes, and the disease present in that research article. So we don't have to read that each and every paper. We can apply the corpus to named entity recognition pipeline, and then it will extract all the information in the CSV file. We can also use this corpus for automated summarization, so that we can get the information, what are the content of the research articles or any scholarly publications. We can use this corpus for the identifying the gaps and the formulating the hypothesis, as it facilitates the literature review using some AI assisted technology. So we need a tool that can create the corpus in a machine readable form. Semantic Climate has developed a tool, pygetpapers. It was developed by the Ayush Garg and the Peter Burgers, and when the Ayush Garg is the intern with the Semantic Climate. So the workflow it follows are like, we give the query. Here I have given the ocean heat as a query to the pygetpapers, and it will go to the OpenAccess repository. By default, it is using the EuroPMC, but we have also implemented other OpenAccess repository. We can get the articles metadata from that repository. So it processes and gives the output in different formats. We can get the PDF of the articles, we can get the XML and HTML, and we can also have the summary data table that contains all the information about the retrieved articles. So the key features of the pygetpaper is that we can add the date range also, like we can give the start date and the end date. We need only publications or the corpus should be from the 2023 to the 2024, or from 2021 to 2025, etc. So, and we can also give the multiple queries in form of text file. We gave the 3 queries, 4 queries by creating the text file and giving to the pygetpaper. So it will search the articles only for those terms we have given to the text file. And it gives the output formats in the JSON, CSV file, and HTML tables and the data tables and the PDF of this article. So the results we have created using the pygetpaper looks like that. It has a, let me use my pointer. Okay. So we have created this repository of the semantic corpus. So ocean heat, it will give the articles in the, here we are using the EuroPMC. So the articles have the ID of PMC. And in that PMC, each and every directory, we have the full text, XML, and the HTML. And along with that, we are also getting the data tables that will summarize all the retrieved articles. So the data tables look like this. We have the ID, title of the paper, the authors mentioned in the papers, and there is a brief abstract of the paper. We have the DOI and the journal name along with the year of publications, and everything is there. And we have the link to the publishers' websites also. So this data table is very important, because we cannot go to each and every paper by going to the back to the directory and then see which PDF comes with which journal and everything. So by looking at this table, and we can search our terms here, like I have given the ocean heat. It means that it is coming in the title. So this means I have given a query that created the semantic corpus exactly. So what are the applications, other applications of the semantic corpus? Like there are many applications we can use for the named entity recognitions, automated summarization. So here I'm giving only one of the applications, creating the encyclopedia, extracting keywords and the key phrases from the research articles or any report. So here I have taken this text chunk of the text from the climate reports, IPCC climate reports, WG1 chapter 3, where we have many different words like headless cell and the monsoon solar dimming. So we don't know, I don't know actually about the headless cell, what it means. So I have created this corpus, and then we are giving this text of the literature to the keyword extractor, that is text to phrases. It is developed by the Udita Agarwal, and it is semantic climate interns. And then we, after extracting these keywords from the reports, we are subjecting this list of the words to the MLib to create the encyclopedia that is having information from the Wikipedia, the trustful source, and it also add the pictures from the Wikipedia, so that we can have the visual concept of the words, that how the words is related to the anything. So we can, along with the text and descriptions, we have the pictures in that encyclopedia. So with this, I would like to say that we are using this whole technology in the code and tools on the Google Colab for the demonstration purpose. We can also use in the local system by installing at with the terminal and everything. So here in the Colab system, what are the benefits of the Colab system? That it is an open Jupyter notebook environment. There is no pain with the setup, human machine friendly, and supports the interactive programming, easy to learn. Like the people who don't know the coding, they can also use the Google Colab, because it's just the clicking the button and then giving the output and everything. We don't have to modify the code and give the code and everything. So the Google Colab platform looks like it has two cells, code cells and the documentation cells, where we add the text, and in the code cell we are adding all the code. And here is a small directory structure. It is called the content folder, where we have all the outputs are saved here. And here's a small icon of a play button. We click on that play button and it will run the code written in the code cells. And we can also share this Colab notebook to anyone, for that they can also use this same Colab notebook. So for that, we need a Google account to run this Colab notebook. So the before using, if we have created our own Colab notebook, then there is no need to save it in our drive. If we are sharing the other Colab notebook, then we have to first create our own copy, so that we can make the changes, and it will be saved in our own email account. So this, we go to the file and then click a save a copy in drive, and then we can save it using our any customized name. And we can also change the runtime. Like here we have the runtime type. Sometimes our task is very big and we required much more memory. So we can click from the CPU to the default GPU, so that the test and the things run will smoothly and with the speedily. And we can also upload our own files for the analysis in the Colab. Like this is the small icon button. So you can upload, click on that, and it will show your local systems and you can upload files. And here is the all content folder, you can get it. So this Colab notebook, the code using for the pygetpapers query, it looks like this. The format is that we give the pygetpapers and then add the -q, and then the query we are adding within this code. The red color you can see is the query. I have given oceanid, and -k represent the number of papers, and here it is a 20, but we can increase to many depending upon the speed and the computing system. But it is we can get the minimum 100 and papers in a few minutes or 1 minute and everything. We can give the output directory name. Here it is a oceanid2, and we can add -x for the output, getting output in the XML format. We can also add --HTML to get the output in the HTML format, and we can add -p for getting the PDF of the articles. Here I have not added the p because of the demonstration. And --, data table will create the summary tables of all the retrieved articles. So, the structure I have already explained, like we will give the semantic corpus in this format and the summary table in this format. So with this, I'm going to summarize my work. Like if you are researchers, then for writing thesis, we have to give the query to the search engines. But here we are giving the query to the pygetpapers, and it will collect all the updated research articles on the specific query in the single line step, and it will create the semantic corpus. And the applications of this is to create the encyclopedia, because encyclopedia is very important to learn about any difficult terms which are not easily understandable by any people. With this, I would like to say thank you to the organizer and the New York Institute of Technology, International Open Access Week, SPARC, Semantic Climate, and the National Institute of Plant Genome Research. And thank you all.
Thank you, Renu. It's really fascinating. I just think there's so many applications, not only for the research, but also just understanding, exploring knowledge structure, and just quickly finding the.
So this is a link to the Colab notebook that Udita is going to demonstrate. You can have that.
Excellent.
You can just, I can paste it in the chat and then people can use it.
That's great. And everyone can see the chat, yes? It looks like it's open to hosts and panelists. Oh. Renu, are you frozen? Oh, no, there you go.
Okay.
Great, we had a little. Fantastic. Well, it's excellent to be able to share this with everyone. So now Udita will share a little bit of a demonstration. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes, I will just share with you guys. Good morning, everybody. My name is Udita Agarwal, and I'm a Ph.D. scholar in BRIC NIPGR, and right now I'm an intern in semantic climate. So I will show you the demonstration of what was just discussed right now by Dr. Renu Kumari. So in this demonstration, we have two. Why are we doing this demonstration? So basically, I want to show you like how you can create your own corpus and understand the information that is present in your corpus using the tools that are developed by semantic climate. So the step one is to create your own corpus. So to create your own corpus, the tool that we are going to use is pygetpapers. So how pygetpapers work is simply you will provide them a query as an input. Like for example, I want to search about the topic carbon capture. So I will provide that as a query to pygetpapers. What pygetpapers will do is it will search all the papers that has something to do with or are related to my query, my topic. For example, carbon capture, it has something to do with carbon capture, and it will fetch all those paper and download them locally in our system. So this is what pygetpapers do. So right now we are going to install pygetpapers. So the pygetpapers has been installed. After installing pygetpapers, we also need to install the libraries, because pygetpapers has also been built using various other libraries that are of Python. So for the pygetpapers to work properly, we need all these libraries. So as the name itself suggests, requirement.txt. So now it has been developed. So now we will see the pygetpapers.help. So this command basically shows that what pygetpapers actually do. And right now we are running this command to make sure that the pygetpapers have been installed properly in our computer or not. So if this command does not work properly, it means that pygetpaper has not been installed properly in your system and you need to install it again. Otherwise it is working. And if it gives you the same output as it is giving right now, it means that it has been installed perfectly fine and you can use it. So till now, what we have seen that how to install pygetpapers. So now that you have installed pygetpapers, now we will use pygetpapers to create our own corpus. So this is the command that you will use to create your own corpus. So as you can see, my query is carbon capture. Like my research topic is also about carbon capture. So I want to create a corpus that is based on carbon capture. So what pygetpaper will do is that it will take my query carbon capture and it will search right now default EuroPMC, which has 50 million entries, and 15 million papers, and on that 15 million papers, it will fetch all those papers that has something to do with carbon capture or related to carbon capture in some format, and it will create me an entire corpus for it. So like I will show you right now, carbon capture. So right, you can see that it has, like I've given me, get me 10 papers. So you can have as many papers as you want in your corpus. You can have 10,000 papers, you can have 100 papers, that completely depends upon you. Like you can see right now, it has created me a corpus of 10 papers. With each paper, and each paper it contains in PDF format, in XML format, and HTML format. You can have in any format like that. And one of the most important use of, I think, pygetpaper is that it will create a table for you. And this is something which Semantic Climate is very proud of. So what is, like, after you have created a corpus, and it is basically that you're not going to create a corpus of only one topic, you're going to create a corpus of multiple topics. But in one go, you want to see that what all information is provided in my corpus. So this is the place where you will go. So in this table, you are able to get the information about the title of your paper, like what is the title of the paper, the abstract of the papers, what is the information that is. By looking at the abstract, you will get to know the information that is present in the paper, the author who has written that paper, and the ID where that paper is present, the publishing ID, the publishing paper. So you don't have to click on one paper each and time again and again and again and again to see what is the paper and what is the information provided to you. You can just go through this corpus, through this table, and you will able to get the information in a one go. You will able to know about the title, the authors, the abstract, and the journal it was printed in. So this is something which is very important. So right now, what we have done is that, so till now, what we have done, we have created the corpus. Now comes the step two. And the step two is to understand the corpus. So now, till now, we have created a corpus using pygetpapers, as you can see. Now, after creating the corpus, we need to understand the information that is present in the corpus. And to understand the information that is present in the corpus, what we are going to do is that what we as Semantic Climate thought is the most important thing is that we will extract important key phrases and the keywords that are present in a corpus. And after extracting those key phrases and keywords, we are going to build an encyclopedia on those key phrases and keywords. And the end of the day, you will have a encyclopedia that is based on your corpus. And by looking at that encyclopedia, you're able to visualize, or you will able to get an entire overview of what all information is present in your corpus. And by using that, you're also able to understand the corpus. So this is what I'm going to show to you. So to extract important key phrases and keywords from your corpus, the tool that we are going to use is txt2 phrases. So let me show you how txt2 phrases work. So what txt2 phrases do is that it takes your paper in HTML format. And why in HTML format? Because in HTML format, it is easier for the machine to understand and for the machine to read about it. So therefore, we take your paper in HTML format, we convert them into text format, and after converting them into text format, what we will pass it through a txt2 phrases library. And what txt2 phrases will do is that it will extract important key phrases and key terms from that paper, from our corpus. So we have installed txt2 two phrases because it is important. So now after installing txt2 two phrases, this is basically the folder structure that we will make, in which it will contain our HTML files, our txt files, and the key phrases. It will contain the CSV file, which will contain our key phrases and the count, that how many times that key phrases or the keyword has occurred. I will show you further into the slide that what will be the output of it, and I'm sure that you will be amazed by it, because that is very important. So after creating this, so now let's go. So as you can see that it has created for us. So now, like, you can do it for entire corpus in here, like in HTML files, as you can see where my pointer is pointing out. You can have all the papers that are present in your corpus, and it will convert them into txt file and extract all the important key phrases. but because of the time constraint, right now I'm only going to show you for one paper. So as you can see, so now what HTML to TXT do is, has the name itself suggests, that it will take your HTML file and it will convert them into your TXT file. And after converting into your TXT file, we will extract important key phrases from the TXT file. So how we will extract the important key phrases? So basically, we will provide a TXT paper in the TXT format has the input and the keywords, and it will provide us with the CSV file that will contain the keywords and the key phrases and the count, that how many times that keyword or the key phrases has occurred in a paper or in a corpus. And for that, we are going to use this command. So how this command basically works is, so this is a very time consuming process. So I'm not going to run this right now, but I'm going to show you, like, because it will take at least 10 to 20 minutes and we don't have that much time. So I will just show you that, like, I will show you the output and what it does. So in here, we will provide the input of our of our papers that are present in TXT format, and -o means that we will provide the part, the folder where we want to store our key phrases, and N50 means that how many key phrases or the keywords you want the system to extract from your paper. It can be like right now, I'm saying 50, it can be 1,000, it can be 2,000, it can be 3,000, 5,000. It completely depends upon you that how many keywords or key phrases that you want to extract. The default is 3,500. Like if you do not wish to provide the amount of the keywords or the key phrases that you want to extract, so you can simply say you cannot write anything here and the system will itself extract 3,500 keywords for you right now, and it will give you an output in this format which will contain the keyword and the count. For example, like you can see in the paper, in the carbon capture paper, and the energy consumption has occurred 20 times. So you know that this word is important by looking at this CSV file, because the energy consumption has occurred 20 times in your paper. So you will get an idea, okay, like this word is important because this word has occurred 20 times in my papers. And likewise, all these important keywords and the key phrases that are present in your system, you will get an entire CSV file generated for yourself. So now what we have done till now, we have covered two steps. The first step was to create our own corpus using pygetpaper tool, in which what we do, in which we provide a query, it will search through all the papers and will fetch you a paper that is related to a query. And after creating a corpus, what we are doing is that we are extracting important key phrases and key terms from our corpus using TXT2 phrases. So now what we have done, we have covered two steps, that is to create a corpus and to extract important key phrases. Now, after extracting the important key phrases, the third step that we are going to do is that we are going to create an encyclopedia. An encyclopedia using the key phrases that we have just written up. So to you create an encyclopedia, the tool that we are going to use is Emil. MELib, that was. So what MELib does what it does, that it will take your keywords and key phrases that you have generated, and will search for its description, will search for its meaning through dictionary, Wikibase, and Wikipedia, and will get you and will create you an HTML document which will contain your key phrases and keywords and their description and a figure that is related to your key phrases and keywords. So this is what how MLF does, and why it only uses Wiktionary, Wikipedia, and Wikidata, because we know that the information that is present in your encyclopedia, it is from a trustable sources, and it is not generated by AI or it is not hallucinated by AI. It is from a trustable sources, that is from Wiktionary, Wikipedia, and Wikidata. So this is the code, like command, that you will give to your system to create the encyclopedia. It simply means, in words, you will give the word list, which is the word list where your key phrases and keywords are. Description, that you want to get the description, the first paragraph of Wikipedia. This is the output what is the file name? What is the file name that you want to give to encyclopedia? Right now, we have given it output text path. You can have carbon capture, anything. This is the name of your encyclopedia. Figures that you also want to extract the figures and the images from the Wikipedia page. You don't only want the description, but you also want the important figures related to that. And operation create, it means that it simply means to create an encyclopedia for me. And as you can see, an encyclopedia like that would be generated. Our key phrase was energy consumption here, and see an energy consumption. It has extracted the Wikipedia page, the amount of energies, and also the image for that. So so this is what you can do using our toolkit. You can right now you can create your own corpus using pygetpapers, in which you will provide your query. It will search through EuroPMC and it will get you and various other repositories, but default is EuroPMC, and it will get you all the papers that are related to your topic, and it will also provide you up-to-date information. After you have created your corpus, you can extract important key phrases and important key terms from your corpus using txt2 phrases. And after you have extracted those important key phrases and key terms using txt2 phrases, you can create your own encyclopedia based on your corpus using MLib. And we have also done this, and I will like to show an example. Here it is it is an encyclopedia that has been created by Semantic Climate, and it is based on IPCC report AR6 VG Working Group 1 Chapter 3. As you can see, there are word search terms and the search term, the description of the term like infrared ray, infrared light, what is infrared light is, and also the image related to that. As you can see, yeah, approximately. You can also search through this, and at the end of the day, you will have an encyclopedia like that. Thank you. That is all from my side.
Udita, thank you so much. That was really incredible. Both the mechanics that Semantic Climate has developed and the ability to translate such a large corpus of information. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing this. So I'm going to share my screen again. Do we have any other comments or anything from the attendees here that they'd like to share? I'm going to, let's see. That they, okay. Just going to share my screen again. Oh, what happened here? So for this portion of the presentation, if there's anything else, anyone else would like to share before we wrap up today, please let me know. This afternoon, we will have another talk, and we will include clips from the demonstration for the audience this afternoon. Let me check my... Okay, excellent. Well, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate your time this morning. I do apologize again for the technical difficulties we had at the beginning. I will start the webinar much earlier in advance to make sure, even though it was open, I'll make sure everyone has all the information prior. So I appreciate the time, and I see something here. Oh, I have a question in the chat. Okay, so Nayanu asked, the process looks quite automated, but I'm curious, how much room is there for human input or expert review in refining or validating the semantic outputs that the system generates? Is there anyone from the panel who would like to
Yeah.
answer this
Yeah.
question? Thank you, Renu.
So basically, when we are giving the query to the PygetPapers, so in that case, we are giving it with like a human input. Like we have to create the query or our corpus for our research interest or subject area. So we'll give that to the PygetPapers, and PygetPapers goes to the repositories. Either and it depends upon the paper published by the people. We generally get it from the EuroPMC. We can include the metadata from the OpenLX and other libraries and open access repository. So all the articles created from the trustable sources. So the paper published by the publishers, so it will extract those only. It will not get from the anything like its own. It is not generating its own. So that is there. So maybe Peter is coming. Okay.
Excellent, thank you. And I just want to make sure everyone was able to see the link in the chat. And I will be sharing that in our library page to make sure everyone has everything available. Excellent. Well, thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing some of you this afternoon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
This is our mascot, Amy. She's a
Bye
kangaroo.
bye, Lee. Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Vanessa, and all the people organizers. Thank you.
Thank you.